I don't want to be at peace some days. So I meditate every day. And after doing it for over a year, what I learned is that I care less. If you find yourself in a situation where you don't want other people's moods to affect you, meditate daily. And the number one thing that I learned is I'm able to detach from other people's feelings. I'm able to say that is their problem. When Betty came up to me and was like, oh my God, blah, 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 can you believe it? And then, you know what I mean? And then give you like, got hit by a car, like something crazy. And instead of going like, oh my God, like, ugh, you're able to just walk away and say, gosh, that Betty. I gotta go check my emails now. Driving in a car. Oh my God, I'm in Orlando. The drivers are like just whipping by doing some crazy ass illegal shit where I'm like, whoa, right? People flicking me off because they didn't turn their blinker on and they wanted to get in front of me stuck in traffic. And I'm like, what is there? So my cousin was with me and she was just like, it's okay, you know, like ready for me to get angry. And I'm like, I'm fine. You know, if they would have put their blinker on, I would have let them through. What? But I was just happy because I detached myself. How did I detach myself? Is because I was meditating every day. At this point, you're probably like, ugh, I'm not a person that can meditate. I can't meditate. I just keep thinking about my grocery list, how I didn't do something, how this person just kept saying it, and I'm going over the argument and I just can't sit in silence. I have ADHD. I can't sit in silence. I can't do that. All of that. I can't do it. So I don't do it. All right, I have it too, so calm down. You're not special. Everybody does. We all get distracted very easily, but yet still able to meditate. How? That's your next question that you should be asking, not saying no, but how? How? You create a story that you want to happen. I have laid down and put on that music and been like, okay, I'm gonna stretch out the muscles, release what's inside, lay down. We've all done it many times, those who meditate. And I've done it so many times that at times I do find myself having a very hard time forgetting about this one person that's totally giving me the eek and creeping me out, or forgetting the fact that, how do I solve this problem? How do I solve this problem? I've done it. And it's okay because you keep going at it again. Even trying to meditate for a little bit, even the thought of it is still relaxing, and you're still going to benefit it in the other ways, not just clearing your mind. It's not just all about clearing your mind. Create a vision. Sometimes guided meditations help. Sometimes I need guided meditations. And it does help. What was I talking about? Probably doesn't even matter. Shit. I was talking about visualizing something. All right, so we're gonna visualize, right? We're gonna sit here and think up a story, do some guided meditation. That's how you're able to go from not being able to meditate to saying, I got ADHD, I don't have time. What I would do when I didn't have time, I would show up to work 5 minutes early and sit in the car. And instead of going upstairs to talk to people, I would sit in the car, put on some video that's got like 5-minute meditation, and I would sit and meditate for those 5 minutes. And then before I went home, instead of being like, I gotta rush home because Jimmy and Susie are gonna be at the car waiting, like I would purposely find time on my lunch break just for 5 minutes, and that's it. And the benefits that I got from that is I was still able to detach and just not be as mad anymore. So if you're still here, I'm looking at myself because I'm like, ugh. If you're still here, you're on board with the meditation. And I'll tell you the other thing that happens. I didn't want to lead with this because some people might be like, oh my God, she's a witch. You'll find yourself seeing things as you're meditating. You're laying there and you're like, what? And at first you don't even pay attention to it because you're just like, whatever. But if you have a question, sorry, I just went to Reiki and I asked a question before I got it and I just got the answer. That was last Friday. 5 days ago. I lay there and I have an initial question. I might not be like, okay, my question is, I might just automatically have it, right? And then I'll start to see something. I'm like, what is that? As an example, this is a very personal story. A little too personal in my opinion, but I'm going to tell it to you anyways. So I was like, all right, I'm single, right? How am I going to find the one? And I was laying there and I had my little notebook in hand ready to write down the things that I see, right? Because sometimes it's just some odd things that you see. You see like a hand. I saw somebody very clearly walking with a chihuahua. I'm like, what? How the hell is that an answer, right? But this one came up to me a little bit more clear. I was trying to find the one, right? And not that I found him yet, but anyways. And I laid there and I had this very clear video that I didn't really listen to. I was just kind of, when it was showing up on my mix, right? You know, just, I don't know, it just didn't really, wasn't what I wanted to hear. But I saw this video and it was very distinct. It's very blue video. She's got blue hair with blue nails with a blue dress with a blue background on blue water on a blue boat. And I'm like, why did I see that? I know that video. So I'm like, okay. So I had to go drive to Tampa. It's like a couple hours. And I'm like, I'm just going to listen to that song until I fucking figure it out because it's trying to tell me something. And then, long story short, I listened to the lyrics and it went back to someone who was somebody that was my first, I guess you can say, the person I lost my virginity to. And I was like, holy shit. Do I have something still there that I need to let go of that I haven't thought of? What is it with that? So that whole story, even that part, it's not that I'm care or emotionally attached. I'm not. But that was a trigger, and we can talk about triggers another day. But that was a trigger, and when I did this hypnosis with this lady, I went back and realized that it was actually something from my childhood, my dad leaving me, abandonment issues. Don't we all have them? And I still haven't finished dealing with that. And I was like, oh, okay. So I got some work to do. So while you're meditating and you see things, don't ignore them. Write them down. I remember clearly seeing a vision. I had another question. I forgot what the question was. And I tried to go camping. I tried to go car camping on one of the hip camps around here. But this place is covered in sand. There's sand everywhere. And the guy's like, oh yeah, you can come and park, but there's a lot of sand, so just be careful. If you get stuck, let me know and I'll pull your car out. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm like feeling uncomfortable, thinking I'm gonna leave. And of course he had to help me pull my car out. But in my meditation, that was the backstory. In my meditation, I went in with a question and I said, help me figure out the answer. And in my meditation, I found myself in my car on the sand, calling someone, not that person that would help me pull my car out, somebody else, the spiritual guru person that I like to watch. And they told me, oh, your car's stuck? Oh, you're stuck? Oh, all right, well, I'll come and get you out. But then that's when I realized, oh, I have a blockage that I need to deal with. Everybody's visions, everybody's things that you see, it's going to be different. But it's going to be trippy as shit because it's going to be the answer that you're looking for. You just have to try to put the puzzle pieces together, and that can be a little frustrating because you have to really say, like, what does a lady mean with she's holding the dog, like the chihuahua? Like, what? How does that even... So you have to write it down because you're going to forget. So you get a notebook and you kind of write it down. And with that being said,